understanding nor do I care what got these Iowa Republicans to this level of inhumanity. All I know is they're killing the planet, they're spreading COVID plus misinformation, and they're destroying our lives. How could you turn out in below freezing weather to vote for any of these deplorables? What kind of right is it saying? How much do you enrich yourself in others? How much do you want everybody as miserable as you? Because that's why you will go to this country to vote for Donald Trump or Ron DeSantis or Nikki Haley or Vivian Ramaswamy. The only reason you would vote for them is because you want the rest of us to be as miserable as you are. You know, I've calmed down with these people. I have. To be before the consequences. It is a massive psychosis. This happens in countries. A mass psychosis where segments of the population with more money. And I've been pretty good for the past, I don't know, 5 years, 6 years not allowing these people from the continent to make me. You know, I have a lot of old friends who are not your friends anymore and try to bait me into an argument. I delete your comments if you leave a comment on my website or on my channel or you Trump 2024. Just delete it. No arguments. I don't, you know, if somebody emails me on the website, I ignore you. You know, people who vote for Donald Trump or any of these candidates are the horrible stench in a closet. That's how I think of people who are going to vote in the system. They're the horrible stench in a closet. I just open the door and I close my eyes and I quickly turn away and I want to know why there's a stench or where it's coming from. I'll find another person. I'm not dealing with these people who are dirty, filthy, partisan. They're dirty and disgusting partisans that haven't been attended to since last year's Ted Nugent concert. I just shut the door and walk away. And that's up until the night before, the day before the Iowa caucuses. And I just cannot believe what's going on. And the state that Barack Obama won in the caucuses twice and the general election twice in Iowa. It makes me feel sorry for the rest of the people who live in Iowa. I've been to Iowa countless times. There are really good people in Iowa. 769,000 Iowans voted for Joe Biden in 2020. Unfortunately, they're outnumbered by the nearly 900,000 who voted for Donald Trump. 130,000 difference. So, you know, there are good people. There are good people in Iowa. But they're not voting on Monday. Only the really bad people are voting on Monday. You know, in fact, it will be the worst of the worst. They'll be lucky to see 50,000 Iowans turning out to vote. Right? Just 50,000 Iowans turning out to vote. To choose. They come out to choose from one of these 3 or 4 repulsive insects. That's what's on the menu. It's like a lunch buffet at Mar-a-Lago. Would you like the water bugs, the rat worms, and the cockroaches? Well, unless the weather works to his disadvantage, Trump is expected to win with a vote. We've been waiting on the Des Moines Register poll. It's the big one. There he is. Came out late Saturday night, and Trump has 48% of likely caucus goers. Haley jumps ahead into second place. use of marijuana
strong
and the forces working
78%,
behind it
and
are the most
DeSantis is
important job this department is now
16%.
engaged in.
Now,
At
DeSantis
the
has
outset
spent
of this
more
letter,
time
there
in
is one
Iowa
vital fact I
than
would like to
any of the
submit.
other candidates.
There is a
They
powerful
got to meet
agency.
him,
I speak of the
and with
student
his
parent
wife, Miss
associations of this
Johnson.
country, which can
Didn't
be
like what they saw.
invaluable in stamping out
They're
its
like,
good.
your
Their
wife, your
health,
children.
their eternal vigilance
So,
could be the deciding
again,
factor in our fight against it.
the
The weed
polling
marijuana is grown
can
in
be
every
wrong.
state in the union.
And as you know,
Recently, in the city of
gut
Brooklyn,
tells
New
me
York,
DeSantis pulls this
a field of
out,
marijuana was
especially with
found
the
behind
weapon.
a tenement court. The weed was
We're
here
looking
being
at
cultivated,
50,000 Dimbos who
regularly
vote
stripped
on Monday.
and dried and sold in schools and at government army posts
I don't know.
in and around New York. The
Haley
dried leaves and berries
could come
are
out of
ground
Iowa
up
with some
and made
delegates.
into cigarettes
Maybe
by a
even with the
simple hand
counterculture
machine.
in New Hampshire.
The deadly
But even if
narcotic
she wins New
is
Hampshire, we
done
start moving
quickly
into
and
other
easily
takeoff
prepared for its
corridors,
market.
and there is now chatter.
The sale of
This
marijuana is
upsets
even more difficult to detect
I'm
than
now
heroin.
being told
From the
that
traffic in drugs such as opium, morphine, and heroin.
that it's actual. This is what some people
They
say
are
to me.
hidden in fake
You'd be
jewelry
amazed how impressive
In the
it
heels of
truly
shoes.
is. There are rumblings
Women's shoes especially,
that Trump not
because
only
the drugs
has
can be
a get out the
secreted
vote
in
machine in
false
Iowa,
heels.
but
Hollow
New Hampshire as
shaving
well.
brushes
Now, in
are
the
another
past,
means.
he
Folks
didn't
with
need one.
false
All
sense
he had to do was give a speech or an
watch
interview.
cases are
Now,
convenient hiding places. The value of drugs thus
I
seized
suspect
is enormous.
after Monday night,
Recently, a
if
huge
Trump
supply of
wins, we're
heroin
going to
was
be reading
taken.
stories
It was
about
concealed
what
in an
went
apparently
in the
harmless
Trump
shipment
campaign.
of
And we're
35
going to
barrels
learn,
of
unfortunately,
polymer.
that he's got a
The
much
deadly drug
more
was burned in an
sophisticated
incinerator of the
ground
Bureau of
operation that
Engraving
has
and
been
Printing.
flying under the
And
radar.
more vicious,
They've learned
more
how
deadly, even than these
use social media.
soul-destroying drugs
It's
is the
better or
of
worse
marijuana.
than anyone imagined.
No doubt,
Because
many of
right
you do
now,
not believe that
it's
these things
received
do happen.
wisdom
But they
among the
cannot happen
child
to you.
classes.
You may
But
also
Trump
believe that the
realizes
facts have been exaggerated. Let me tell you of something that happened right here in our own city. You probably read about it in the paper. However, I'll give you the real facts behind the case. There was an apartment near one of our high schools. It was run by a woman known as May Coleman. Hey, come on, May, get up.
What time is it?
Time to get up and give this place a going over. Looks like the Marines have landed.
Oh, that bunch last night was high enough to take over the Marines and the Navy.
You better get on the job. Some of the kids may be up this afternoon.
Oh, Jack, we can get along without dragging those young kids up here.
Oh, why don't you button up your lip? You're always squawking about something. Get more static from the radio. Oh, greetings. Well, hello, fella. How are you? Fine. How are you? Come here. Good. Glad to see you. Is her name? She'll be right in. Just sit down and make yourself comfortable.
Hey, what kind of a joint is this, Eddie?
Oh, it's all right, Gwen. See, they probably had a party last night.
Oh.
A couple of your customers, May.
Yeah? They're old enough to know what they're doing. Not like those young kids you bring up here.
All right, all right. I'm gonna blow.
Where are you going?
I gotta make some deliveries, and I'll probably drop by Joe's place and
the way, Ralph, I'm sort of getting a little party Saturday afternoon over at my grandmother's. You know, the place with the swimming pool? Like to come?
Thanks, Eddie. Maybe I will.
I'd sure like to have you.
Okay, I'll probably drop over.
So long, Ralph.
See you later. Hey, Ralph. Hi, yeah? Fine, Jack. And you? Oh, great. Where you headed? Oh. Hey, how do you like that? That's the one I was telling you about. Very nice.
I don't know why you want to make such a fuss over that Ralph Wiley. Oh, he's a swell swimmer. He made a freshman team that year he went to college. Yeah, that lets him out. My dad knows his family. Son of them let him go. Father and mother just got a divorce in Paris. Yeah? You know, Ralph comes around pretty much on his own. He's been in a couple of well, I only kind of say hello to him. I don't go around with him. Well, you better know it. He's a little too old for it. That's what my dad said.
Hello, Mary. How are you, Bill?
How are you, Ralph?
Oh, hello, Ralph. You know my brother Jimmy down here.
How are you?
Well,
I'd like you to meet a friend of mine, Jack Perry. Mary, Bill.
no,
How are
You
you?
do?
Glad to know you. We're going over to Joe's place. Why don't you come along?
we have a date to play instead of doubles.
Oh, you can play anytime. Come on, we'll have some laughs.
Oh, we can today, Ralph. Some other time.
Can I go along with you? Sure.
Hey, I'll see you there, sis.
Don't be late, Jimmy.
Maybe expect to get the apartment a little later. Any new prospects?
Oh, Jimmy, you're wonderful.
You just finding that out?
Why can't we go now?
Good. Hey, kids, we're having a little party up at my girlfriend's apartment. Wouldn't you like to come? Oh, I'd love to. You want to come, don't you, Jimmy?
Oh, sure. Any place with you.
Well, come along. We can all go to my car.
See you later, Joe. Come on.
It's sweet of you to help me, Bill.
Well, I'll try anything you stuck the best at trying.
Why, Bill, don't you want to learn something about running your own home?
The answer is no. You know, after that session we had yesterday, I went home and told Mother that the trouble with her pot roast gravy was she hadn't added 3 heaping teaspoonfuls of olive oil.
What did she say?
She didn't say anything. She just threw me out of the kitchen.
Oh, I don't wonder. Hello, children. Hello, Mother.
Hello, Mrs. Lane.
That was sweet of you, Mother.
God,
empty stomach. Now then, enjoy yourself. He will.
She will too, Mrs. Lane. May I?
Oh, thank you, kind sir. You're so very, very kind.
Sorry, before we do that math, how about reading some of this? It's swell.
Romeo and Juliet.
Don't you like it?
Uh-huh.
You know, when I study this, I kind of think of you. I just sort of feel as though you're there beside me. Well, listen. It is my soul that calls upon thy name. How silver sweet sound lovers' tongues by night, like softest music to attending ears.
Romeo,
My dear,
what o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee?
by the hour of 9.
I will not fail. 'Tis 20 years till then.
Well, I'll see you tonight, Mary. Bye, Mrs. Lane.
Goodbye.
Gotcha. All right, okay, all right. Well, bye. Bye.
Hey, Dad!
Oh, Julie. Hey.
Hey, Dad, you got anything for me?
Well, we sure
Don't bother your father every night. Have you?
There you are.
What made you late, Bill? I was getting worried.
Well, I had to study, Ma.
He was not. I saw him out walking with his girl. Bill's got a girl. Got a girl.
Ma, make them cut it out.
Junior. Well, Bill has got a girl. Why? And put that candy away till after dinner. Henry, you shouldn't have given it to him. Well, he has got a girlfriend and her name is Mary.
I'll shut you up.
Bill, Junior, put that coloring on. Junior.
They're all right there, young.
Big little man, big little man. I didn't mean to be honest, I didn't.
Oh, well, I burned up about it. It just didn't say Bill had a swell girl.
Gee, it must be love. She'd have to be slow for you, like her.
Uh-huh. Sounds like you want something. Come on, what is it?
Well, it's my model airplane. It won't work. Gosh, Bill, you can fix it. You can fix anything.
Okay, I'll fix it.
Everything's going to be, will you?
Here we are. Oh, hello, Jimmy.
Mary told me to wait and tell her she had to go home. Her mother wanted her to go to the dressmaker with her.
Oh, thanks, Jimmy. Must be getting grown up. I see Mary let you have the car.
Yeah. I take you any place?
Well, I wasn't going any place in particular.
Well, then, how about driving over to the show's place with me? I'll buy you soda.
I never drink that stuff.
Well, gee, I'll buy you something else.
Okay, you're on the hook for one root beer.
Well.
Hi, Bill. Hi, Jimmy. Good to have.
Hey, Jimmy.
Hello, Jimmy. Hello, Bill. Come on, start in.
Hello, Lance.
Hello, Ralph. How are you? Hello, Ralph. How you doing, Ralph? Well, two sodas. No, I need one soda and one root beer. How's May?
Oh, she's fine. They're going up to her apartment a little later.
Couldn't Bill come along? Well, come on along. Bill, you get a kick out of it. Thank you. Thanks.
Oh, come on, Bill. Mary won't be jealous.
Why, sure, all the kids will be there. It's Keen.
Oh, I don't know. I really shouldn't have. Well, okay.
what she's doing. She's got Ralph nuts about her, and now she's got her hooked up for this new kid.
Say, we haven't any more smoke. You don't even know when they're from.
Why couldn't you find that out when I was here this morning? I've got my car in the shop.
Well, what of it? That kid out there, Jimmy. He's got a car. He'll take you. Come on, get going. Hurry up.
Hey, Jimmy. Yeah? I've got to run over to Cedar Island for a minute. You got a car, haven't you? Well, yeah, my sister. Mind giving me a lift? Why, sure. Come on. Okay.
No, thank you. Well, here we are. Oh, thanks.
Oh, hey, don't look at me.
I never forget you. Oh, dear. If you want a good smoke, try one of these. I thought you were scared. Of course, if you're afraid. That's better. That's more like it. I know you like that really well. Just take a puff of that, please.
Just be a minute, kid.
Hey, Jack, give me a cigarette before you go, will you?
Hello, Jack. Hi, boss. How's business? Getting better every day. Those kids sure go for it. Well, had to run over for a couple more cartons. Man short today. All right? Johnny? That's 10 votes for Jack Perry. Who? Pete Daly. All right, send him in. All right, stay where you are. I want to talk to you. All right, go ahead. Jack's okay. What's the beef?
Listen, you never heard no beef when I had to sell that rotten gin.
You're after the dough, aren't you?
Yeah, but I don't need dough that bad. Taking two-bit pieces from kids.
There are millions of two-bit pieces just begging to be taken. Don't be a dope.
I'm just dope enough to draw the line selling hungry kids.
All right, Pete. You know what my policy has always been. The boys are not satisfied. I'm always glad to have them retire. Retire permanently. So long.
I only wish you had a couple of kids so I could...
Yeah! All right, Jack, pick up your stuff from Danny. It'll be ready by now.
Okay, boss.
Let's go, Jack. I'm red hot. Better be careful how you drive it. The first thing you know, you'll be ice cold. Take it easy.
on eating your breakfast again. Bill Reefer hasn't been around lately. Anything wrong between you two? Why should there be anything wrong? There shouldn't be, I'm sure. And whatever it is isn't serious, I know. I'm sorry, Mother, for snapping at you like that. Don't worry about it, dear. Why don't you speak frankly to Bill? He'll be honest whatever the trouble is. I'm sure Bill Hopper never lied about anything.
Yes, that's right. Bill's mother says he never lies.
There, you see?
You think it'd be all right if I speak to him about it?
Why, of course. Oh, Jimmy.
Poor look.
Sit down, darling, and I'll have your breakfast for you in a moment.
Jimmy,
What have I got to worry about?
why don't you tell me?
Oh, for Pete's sake, don't start to cross-examine me, will you?
Jimmy! Don't mother see you like that.
There is no doubt that there is an organized gang distributing the narcotic to students, not only in my school, but all over the city. You government men have got to find some way to put an end to it. Of course, I agree with you, Dr. Carroll. But do you realize that marijuana is not like other forms of dope? You see, it grows wild in almost every state in the Union. Therefore, there is practically no interstate commerce in the drug. As a result, the government's hands are tied. And frankly, the only sure cure is a widespread campaign in education. Oh, it's all right to talk about education, Mr. Wyatt. But we educators can't do anything until the public is sufficiently aroused. Let me show you something. In 1930, the records on marijuana in the Washington office of the Narcotics Division scarcely filled a small folder like this. Today, they fill cabinets. All these devoted to marijuana records. Here is an example. A 16-year-old lad apprehended in the act of staging a holdup. 16 years old and a marijuana addict. Here is the most tragic case. Yes, I remember. Just a young boy. Under the influence of the drug, he killed his entire family with an axe. Then there is the most vicious type of case. Here, in Michigan, a young girl, 17 years old, a reefer smoker, taken in a raid in the company with 5 young men. Here is a particularly flagrant case. Yes, I remember the newspapers made quite a play of it. In West Virginia, wasn't it? Yes. And there are hundreds of them coming up, new ones every day. I'd like to take these records, if I may. I feel they would be of invaluable assistance to me in combating evil in my school. You're very welcome, Dr. Carroll. Sit down, Deb. There seems to be something wrong. What is it? You were always a fine student. You always had excellent grades. Well, I guess the work is getting a little harder, Dr. Carroll. No, it isn't that. Bill, I'd like to help you. But of course I can't unless you let me. You're undermining your health. Well, there's nothing, Dr. Carroll. Really, there isn't. I'll study harder, honest. Honest? If you were being honest with me and honest with yourself, I'm afraid you'd tell me an entirely different story. Bill, I'm going to ask you a straightforward question. And I'd like to have a straightforward answer. Yes, sir. Isn't it true that you have, perhaps unwillingly, acquired a certain harmful habit through association with certain undesirable people? Well, no, sir, I haven't, Dr. Carroll. Well, that is, you see, I'm worried about something at home. All right, my boy? We'll just have to let it go at that. But remember, if you ever want to confide in me, no one will ever be the one. Thank you, Dr. Carroll.
to play a sec?
Thanks, Teddy, but I'm waiting for someone.
Well, if you're waiting for Bill, he hasn't been here for weeks.
Didn't take that new kid long to catch on.
Don't have any of them wrong. Hey, don't you ever get fed?
You're beating me, can't you see? Give me that fork.
Get it yourself.
Good morning, Miss. We're from the police department.
Good morning.
We're tracing a hit-and-run driver. Someone caught the license number at the place of the accident but didn't get it quite right. So we're checking all numbers like it, and yours is one of them.
Well, I'll try to help you.
You remember what you did on the 29th of last month?
That was the day before Mother's birthday. Oh, yes, I remember that because I left school and went directly to the dressmaker's with Mother. I was there all afternoon.
Did you happen to loan your car to a couple of men?
No, I had to call all afternoon myself.
Well, thanks, miss. Sorry to have trouble with you.
Tell me, was the person killed?
Unfortunately, he wasn't, but that's still no excuse for hit-and-run driving.
Has Jimmy Lane been here today?
He was in. He went over to May's place. You know where that is.
Well, he was going to wait for me here, so he didn't give me May's address. Are you sure Jimmy didn't leave any message for me? Mary?
No, he didn't. But I guess you're okay. I'll write it down for you.
Mary, come right in.
Is Jimmy here?
He's around somewhere. I think he went out to take Agnes home. Will you be right back? Come in and sit down, Mary. And let me take your coat.
Who's the new kid just came in?
Oh, it's that gal that Ralph's going overboard for. Funny, we've never been able to get her up here before. Hey, scram, will ya?
Are you sure Jimmy will be back soon?
Sure, any minute.
Hey, what's the matter? Orphan?
Where do you put it? You got a hollow leg?
Thank you.
How do you feel, Mary? Oh, Mary, give me everything. Mary. Mary. Jack, is she all right? She's dead. Hey, get me some water. Now listen, you two. I want you to get out of here. Get out of here and forget you're ever in here today. I'll handle this. I'll get going. Give it to me. Here. Harry. Barry. Barry. What happened? Killed her. Look, sure, Jack, sure. Okay. Your Honor, I'd like to recall Dr. Alfred Carroll at the stand. Call Dr. Alfred Carroll at the stand. Dr. Carroll, as principal of the Lakeside High School, did you, during the last 3 months, notice any changes in the demeanor and attitude of your student, William Hopper? Yes, in a number of things. For example, at times disassociation of ideas. In another instance, I happened to attend the recent interscholastic tennis matches. And while Bill Harper had been considered an exceedingly good player, I saw him miss the ball by as much as 3 or 4 feet. This, I understand, could be attributed to the use of marijuana. It causes errors in time, space. Objection, Your Honor. The witnesses who qualified to express opinions upon the effect of narcotics. Sustained. Dr. Carroll has been called merely as a character witness. Well, then, although you didn't know to your own knowledge that the defendant was using marijuana, did you notice any changes that would lead you to believe, as an educator, that he was under some severe mental strain, which might possibly have been induced by some drug? Yes, I recall distinctly a few weeks ago. It was during a class of English literature. There was a serious discussion of Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, when he suddenly burst into an uncontrollable fit of hysterical laughter. Oh, by the way, Dr. Carroll, 6 months ago, what would have been your opinion regarding the character of my client? He was a fine, upstanding American boy, a good scholar, a good athlete, and representative of the caliber of young men we are proud to graduate from our school.
Oh, snap out of it, will you? It's not our fault. Why'd I ever bring him up there anyway? He's just a kid. I can't hang him.
Shut up, shut up!
Why don't you let yourself go? Talk. Go off your nut and hug me that way, too. It was his own fault, wasn't it?
Shut up! They've got us hidden out, haven't they? The cops can't find us.
Jack, I want to get out of this place.
You're gonna stay here as long as we have to keep those 2 out there undercover. Until the trial's over. The boss gets a better idea.
But they're getting on my nerves.
It can't last much longer. I'm not worried about her. We gotta keep him gagged.
He's about ready to crack.
All you gotta do is keep him from having too many reefers.
Any day now, that punk will get hot. He'll probably spill and tell all he knows if he gets a chance.
I don't think he'll get it. I'll see you later.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna see the boss. Hello, Jack. Hello, boss. What are we gonna do about that Wiley guy? Still jittery, huh? I don't know what the punk's gonna do. He's feeding on those hot sticks. That's what May's been doing. That's no good. I got a hunch that he's due to crack when that Harper verdict comes in. He's on the tee. He's going to take a pot on us and blow us Harper to the DA.
You mean you think we'd all be better off if he never heard the verdict? Well, what are you waiting for?
You, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, have a duty to perform. A duty to yourselves and to our community. Mary Lane is dead. you of the guilt of the defendant. By his own admission, he pressed the trigger of the weapon that sent lovely and innocent Mary Lane to a tragic and untimely death. We are not so much concerned about the motives behind the deed as to the deed itself. While the defendant has told you that he saw someone attacking Mary Lane, and that his mind went blank from that moment on, the defense has been unable to produce one witness to substantiate that statement. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, your word able men testify at this trial, men who have tried to bring out the fact that the defendant might have become momentarily insane when he fired the shot that killed Mary Lane. But the defense has been unable to prove that he was insane. William Harper was sane when he visited the apartment where the tragedy occurred. He was in the habit of visiting the place. He was sane when he went into a bedroom with another young woman. You all heard what went on in that room. You heard it from the defendant's own lips. Involved as he was in a tawdry love affair, Mary Lane was in the way. She had found him out. In a moment of anger, he deliberately and willfully killed her. If such deeds are permitted to go unpunished, this community would cease to be a decent and safe place for us or our children to live. I do not believe I have to plead or even demand that you bring in a verdict to punish the defendant for the crime that he has committed against society. You are upright citizens. That is why you were chosen to judge another. And as honest, upright citizens, there is only one verdict which you can find, and that is a verdict of guilty. And this court will be adjourned until the jury's verdict is reached. I suppose you all feel the same about this case.
But he might have been insane when he did it.
No, he wasn't. He knew what he was doing.
But supposing he was insane?
You can never make me believe it nor anybody else. We'll take a first vote. For conviction, 1 for acquittal.
But there's a reasonable doubt about the boy's sanity.
We can't. No doubt about the fact that he murdered her. He admitted it himself. That wasn't the first time he was there. We gotta make an example. Before boys like that contaminate all of our children. We can't have every murderer hiding behind the gag that he's insane. Sure, they see red before they kill somebody. But whose fault is it? Have you reached a verdict? We have. The defendant will rise. What is your verdict? We find the defendant guilty, is charged. me some reefers. Going to hate it. Blanche, they're going to hate it.
Oh, come on, get a hold of yourself. Here you are.
I want to get out of here.
You're up and hang you if you don't pipe down.
I want to see Jack. Jack. I want to see Jack. Jack.
You better quiet him. I can't do anything with him.
I've got to see Jack. We can't let that kid hang.
He'll be here. Don't worry, he'll be here in a little while.
I've got to see him. You've got to see him.
Come on, darling. Everything will be over soon. You want me to play something for you?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Play something.
All right. Come on. Honey, give me a smoke, will you?
I know what you want. You want to kill me. You're crazy. Take it easy, kid. I just want to talk to you.
Hurry, there's a terrible fight going on. Yes, yes, apartment 32.
Doggone it.
Give me a glass of water.
Who's behind you?
No, no, no.
Go hang if you don't smoke. Oh, how you doing, Jack? Barry, are you ready to know what you know?
Yeah.
some measure of leniency for my client. She is prepared to enter a plea of guilty and, in addition, turn the state's evidence in the case of William Harper. I regret that this court is not prepared to bargain with justice.
I'll tell you what. I was there. I saw it. I know who killed Mary. And I'll tell you who killed Mary Lane. It wasn't Bill. It was Jack. Jack Kelly. He shot Mary, and then he put the gun in Bill's head. We were all at the apartment one afternoon, and Mary came in looking for her brother. Bill and I, we'd been in another room. And Bill came in, he caught Ralph with Mary, and they started to fight. But it was Jack who had the gun. He was going to hit Bill over the head with it to make him stop. And then the gun went off. I saw it. I can see it now. It was horrible. And before we knew it, Mary was dead. But you see, Jack, he had. Ralph wanted to tell you too. Oh, if they don't let him. But this is the truth, Jack. I'm telling you the truth. After Jack started swimming, he said, he put the gun in Bill's head, too. I got all of them to come up to the apartment. I'm just as much to blame. I am.
Do I understand you wish to plead guilty to a charge of fostering moral delinquency in the case of William Harper?
Yes, I'm guilty.
There is a signature, and also an order setting aside the jury's verdict in the case of the people versus William Harper. In the interest of justice, I shall direct the verdict of not guilty. Sign here, please. You shall be brought into court on Thursday, the 17th, when sentence will be pronounced. Meanwhile, you will be held as a material witness in the case of the people versus Ralph Wiley. In the hearings before this court today, to what I hope will be the final actions revolving about an unhappy and unfortunate case, one whose horrible tragedy will forever remain with me. I am happy to have been enabled, before it was too late, to order the verdict of the jury in the case of the people versus William Harper to be set aside. But, young man, although this court is convinced that to declare you guilty would have been a gross miscarriage of justice, we cannot condone your acts. And we can express only the hope that your experiences may not alone keep you, but thousands of others from the vicious pitfalls of marijuana. Thus, I am ordering you to remain in this court during the next case, so so that you will be obliged to witness what you yourself so narrowly escaped. Call the case of the people versus Ralph Wiley. Yes. Your Honor, in this case, the state waives trial of the defendant, Ralph Wiley. It is convinced that he is hopelessly and incurably insane, a condition caused by the drug marijuana to which he was addicted. It is recommended, Your Honor, that the defendant be placed in an institution for the criminally insane for the rest of his natural life. Defendant counsel joins the state in this request. Since counsel for the defense, as well as counsel for the state, seem to agree on this, I see no reason why the request should not be granted.
Yes, that happened right here, to your neighbors. Guilty of averting other tragedies like it. We must work untiringly so that our children are obliged to learn the truth. Because it is only through knowledge that we can safely proceed.